Hey guys, what's up? It's Colton, Lindsay right here with the WGR Live. I am super stoked because this is my podcast, my live stream right here on Facebook on my page where I get to say whatever I want with whoever I want. Today, I'm going to bring on a super cool guy that I met just from networking. One of his teammates reached out to me. I had him on our podcast. His name is Brett. But today we're going to have Tyler Gurr on our podcast. What's really cool about Tyler, he's 26 years old, recently just started doing some stuff with Cardone. And some of you guys might like Grant, some of you might not like Grant. I don't know who does or doesn't like Cardone, but we're going to bring him on because some of the cool things that he's been...
16, built that up to 33 employees, sold it by the age of 18. That's when he started his real estate sales business. And then from there, he grew that real estate sales business and sold that business by the age of 20, and then launched his new real estate sales team, which this year has already done about $20 million in volume. So, you know, you put that on track for after 4 months. So what is that, $60 million that they're on target for the year. And what we really want, oh, and by the way, hey, what's up? He was founder of the company called endlessleaf.com. It's the strategy that they use in order to grow their real estate sales business and sell his first business. So if you guys are hopping on, drop a nail in the comments. If you're a live watcher, if you are, drop a replayer. And Tyler, dude, welcome to the show, my man.
How are you?
Good. Hey, guys, hit that share button right now and turn on the notifications. And if you're watching the replay, like, comment, share, subscribe. Tyler, it's 90 seconds or less. Give people your background from 16 to 26 in your success. But you got to keep it 90 seconds or I'm gonna shut you up.
All right, so got into window cleaning company when I was 16, had 33 employees when I graduated, sold that, was going to real estate school. Why I was still in high school, because I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to make 6 figures straight out of high school? Saw a course of the $1 Million Listing Show, jumped on board with it, was taking my classes at night. You have to have a high school diploma to be able to be a real estate agent. So the day after I graduated, I took the test and have been running with it ever since. Sold my very first real estate team to a mortgage company out here. They currently have 141 agents on that same platform that I sold them. Beyond that, it led to some different opportunities, started another team, got hooked up with Cardone. I've had some other businesses on the side as well.
Cool. Sweet. So that's in a nutshell. So if you guys think that's cool, comments by the age of 26, put a hell yeah in the comments down below. Samson, thanks for hopping on. Anna, appreciate you. Ashley Duffy, I don't know who that is, but she's saying, hey, what are you doing today? Do you know Ashley Duffy?
Wait, who?
Ashley. Well, hey, thanks for being here anyways. Tim, James, thanks for you guys all being here. Yeah, there must be talking about you because they say your haircut looks great, dude.
Well, thank you for that, man.
Okay, so real quick, I actually want to, before we talk about business, I actually want to ask you another question that, did you see that freaking hate video made about you from that stupid fucktard? What is that dude's deal, man? What was that all about?
Dude, honestly, I mean, I'm gonna keep it to myself, but I don't even know him. I've never had a freaking conversation with the cat in my life. If you go through, dude, he's just a troller. So he's pulling off of names, like his #1 video was from Grant. He got like 170,000. Then he attacked a guy named Graham Stephan, who's got like another 100,000 subscribers. I mean, literally, if you go Ramsey went after Ramsey, like he's just that. Dude, he's a clickbaiter, bro. Like he's got nothing else to say. Like if you pull my record, like the funniest thing is he literally had to manipulate it so bad.
Yeah.
Because if you Google my name, multiple pictures of my team show up. And he's like, I don't know how you sell a team. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do that. I'm like, bro, you like go to my Facebook page and you can see what we did. You can see awards that we've gotten. Like, shut the hell up.
Dude, he just did a video on Brian Casella. It had like 20,000 views in the first day. And I was just like, dude, what is this guy doing? He's hating on Brian because he leased a house for $4,500 a month. I don't know about you, but if I was 30 years old driving a Lamborghini and living in a freaking $1 million home, maybe I don't want to live there in 2 years. So why would I buy it?
Exactly. Dude, it's a house. No offense, but he's driving a fucking Prius. So
actually, he upgraded.
I knew it. No, I knew he upgraded. I knew he upgraded, but that was a joke because he's all about saving and doing single family instead of multi-units. And it's like, yeah, dude, I get your drift, but the dude's building a crowd around hate. Like he literally, his entire subscribers are a bunch of haters.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you don't know who I am. Like, reach out to me. Look at my video. Like, he took my vlog #1, which is the original video where I went and met Grant. Like, I'd never met Grant before besides the 10X GrowthCon 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, Grant didn't know who I was. He didn't remember me.
Right.
But he took that video as if I paid some, like, 15,000, I think is what he said I paid for my one-on-one coaching. I'm like, dude, I bought that one-on-one coaching 4 years ago when I bought Cardone training. I just never used it. So don't say I used all this stuff. It was the fact that, I mean, what you saw in the vlog, I mean, obviously it was cut up because a 5-minute coaching session, which is what they guarantee you, turned into a full-blown 58-minute long session.
Right. And
So,
it wouldn't happen like that if Grant wasn't interested in the opportunity, right?
oh,
so,
dude, if I was to tell you about how that meeting went, you would be. It was like the 3 strike, like literally 2 strikes in, 3 balls. Like, this is my last at bat, bottom of the 9, and because I swung in my first 2 pitches, he did not bite at all. Like, stone face killer, just.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got to say? Come on. When he throws the paper down and he's like, I got 60-something things to do today. Like, what else? And then I'm like, okay, last one, let's go. Boom. And like, I'm just hoping. And then he did. And he actually remembered me from the year before, and he was interested and thought it was a good idea. And that was where Gurr Academy came from.
Cool. So for you guys watching right now, how many of you guys like Grant Cardone? Put a thumbs up in the comments below. Or if you think he's kind of a little abrasive, put a thumbs down. Louis says, you're awesome. See, you got some supporters right here. Brian Hurd, thanks for here. Ashley Duffy asked, how old are you? So 26.
Which one? Who are we talking to?
I think she means you. You're the guest, right? I'm 33. Tyler's 26.
Yeah.
Hey, we just got Ryan Riggins popped on. Ryan Riggins actually part of my Platinum Partners Mastermind, the WGR, the Mastermind. So thanks for being on here. Appreciate him.
Absolutely.
Cool. So let's talk about this. So what is endlessleads.com? What is Gurr Academy? And what are you doing with Grant Cardone?
Yeah, so, I mean, Gurr Academy in itself really was transpired off of the idea of agents really don't know what they're doing when it comes to online. I mean, it's a different type of prospecting. I mean, prospecting inspires, prospecting first sale by owners takes a completely different skill set, right? So working mainly as a buyer's team and having that grow, it was teaching them how to actually show homes, how to take them from, oh, I'm just looking, all the way to the close of, oh, by the way, let's go see this property today over on Apple Street. What time's better for you, 5 or 6? It's just a little bit of a different skill set, but I literally built it to where a brand new agent can walk in and learn everything. I mean, it's scary because I had to put a legal claim on it, because I talk about contracts. I talk about negotiating. I talk about what I'm doing when I'm showing. I talk about how I create urgency, even though I'm not really creating urgency for my clients that are watching this. Hi. But beyond that, like, it's just the fact of making sure that you set up the homes the right way. And knowing as
you talk about your clients, dude, I think that's what customers want. Like, I walked in the office today with Mr. Clark. He's one of our customers here. I never met him before. Raiden signed him as a new customer. And first thing he says to me is like, oh, look, you have your brand on your shirt. That's great marketing. I was like, okay, cool. And as he's leaving, he says, hey, just so you know, I'm doing business with the WGR because of Raiden, right? And the reality is if Raiden wouldn't have the skill set to do that and create that urgency and get the contract signed, he would have listed with a friend, right?
Absolutely.
And so customers need to know that this is a skill set that we develop. So what makes you even different, though, right? Like, there's 1.2 million realtors in the United States, and a lot of people know how to do click like pay-per-click stuff.
Pay-per-click.
Right?
What makes me different?
Clickbait. What makes you different?
The reason why I'm a little different than everybody else is just the fact that literally, like, I saw this play. I mean, back at Keller Williams in 2010, Lee Stern told me to my face, I'm going to fail because Josh Stern, it's business, only 8% of it came from the internet. And I was already doing internet leads back then. I just didn't have a great system on how to work them. But, I mean, it was just the fact that I knew the internet play was going to be huge. And nobody in there. I mean, this was back in the days where we could put ads on KSL or Craigslist and get 1,000 leads coming in. Like, do you want to know what I pay for 1,000 leads right now? It's ridiculous.
Right. So what you're saying is you were able to make it to the online space before everyone else. And so you're that much further ahead of the game and know how to create leads at a lower cost, a lower investment amount. And now
absolutely.
that more and more people are wanting to generate leads online, they don't know how to do it and they're wasting money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and not just that. The cool thing about with Google, I mean, if somebody tried to enter my space right now, they're probably going to pay in Utah national average $2.11. I'm not paying that because I've gained a relationship with Google, because Google's very much like a girlfriend, dude. When you first take them out, they don't trust you, not at all, right? Yeah. So then as they learn that, okay, they had a good experience on your website, your ad plus where their landing page is going, plus your content all made sense, so they didn't do a bounce back, it creates a higher quality score, which allows you to bid less. The crazy thing is I mean, dude, Colton, if we called up and ran an ad on KSL or any ABC, whatever, Fox, if we crushed it with that ad, and we call back next week and say, oh, let's run that ad again, are they going to actually offer you a discount?
I've never dealt with them. What do you think? Probably
no,
not.
Absolutely not. They didn't make any money off of it. They didn't care that it was a good experience. Yeah. They was like, give me your money. Google, Facebook, and all these other companies actually offer you a discount by providing a good experience so that they know that they're not losing customers.
And you'll spend more money increasing your ad spend.
Yep.
Right? Cool. So let's just take a quick break. For you guys that are watching, how many of you guys are realtors? Drop a 1 in the comments. If you're not, drop a 2. I just want to know the audience on this live stream. I know a lot of you guys follow me that are realtors and customers and just cool people, right? I go to the taco stand here and I hear, oh, it's the WGR, right? Which, by the way, Ogden has some dope tacos on 25th Street. So if you guys not been there, go check them out, okay? And that's a free plug for you guys, just so you know, because I love your tacos. However, what I do want to talk about for you realtors is a link either up above or below if you're watching the replay. There is a link for our next free 28-day prospecting challenge. You guys definitely want to check it out. Absolutely free. Cool. Let's move forward. So, Tyler, what does this lead creation system have to do with you working with Grant Cardone?
Oh, man. So, I mean, the lead creation, what's funny is I actually didn't even mean to create a lead, like a digital marketing company. It just kind of transpired. I mean, it's weird to think that we have a beauty salon, we have a financial advisor, we have real estate agents, and we have wholesale flippers. And I mean, I'm talking to people that are now distributors for multi-level marketing companies. I took a call from a dude yesterday that owns a wax supply. We've just had a crazy amount because this applies nationwide. Everybody's going to go to the internet. And if you can create that relationship now, Google is going to just not only allow you to spend less because they trust you and you've spent a tremendous amount of money, and it's continued. So when I met with Grant, I mean, Grant's big pitch was agents are idiots, first off. That was his very first thing out of his mouth. Yeah. And 2, what does everyone and their dog need when they get into real estate? Leads.
Well, what does any business owner need? Leads.
Exactly. So that's kind of where the real estate generation side of things came in. I mean, everybody knows that there's realtor.com, there's Zillow, all these other companies that really aren't working for us, but more against us than anything. But there's a margin. I mean, I've looked myself about doing realtor.com leads and Zillow leads, but there's a margin of profit there for them. So why would I do that if I already know how, or if I can hire a company that can still get me the results at a much cheaper rate? Plus not compete against 3 or 4 other agents that's getting that same lead.
So let's talk about then buyer leads online versus like home value leads, right? You guys focus on mainly buyers, or do you focus on home seller leads, or how do you guys target these?
No, so my mindset is the way people sell homes now has changed tremendously. It used to be, okay, let's call my friend who's a real estate agent, get the home listed, then we'll get started and start looking. It's really done a 180. It's now, I'm not going to give up what I have, which I know is awesome, and go look and see what's out there. So they're going to go online, they're going to go see what's available, see if they like it, and see if they're motivated enough to give up the bird or the egg in the, whatever the saying is. You get what I mean?
Bird in the bush.
It's been a long day, dude.
I get what you're saying. So what you're saying then is basically, hey, we're planning on working with so-and-so. However, we're going to Google real quick and see what our other, just do some research online, see what else is out there. Absolutely. And so they put their name and information in and then what happened is you guys are so skilled, they actually understand why it makes more sense to work with you guys versus their friend. And so what I take away from you is that realtors, number one, need to be even more on point with creating a mass amount of value for their database and their network and their fans, right?
Absolutely. If you don't want me to come and steal your potential seller, you better be talking to your SOI, because I am skilled enough on the phone that I've taken people's freaking, their brother was an agent, and I offered them, I'm like, well, are you just working with your brother because you want to give him a favor, or do you want the best deal possible? Plus, I can show you the home in an hour.
Right, and skill sets are easy to learn, right? But the problem is most realtors, and you guys know because a lot of you guys are realtors watching, don't put in the work to learn the skill set to convert the leads. All Tyler's saying is, I've got my database, my network of fans, and I'm taking yours as well, is basically what you're saying.
Absolutely. And I mean, probably 30% of our leads that come in are seller leads. I mean, and when I say seller, it's a double side. They're going to go buy and they're going to sell those as well. But I mean, on the flip side, if you're directly just going after listings and you're typing in the keywords, list my home Utah or something of that nature, it's 10 times more expensive, if not 12. Actually, it's give or take about 12 times more expensive than a buyer lead.
Okay, cool. So for those of you guys watching, number one is I want you to give some reactions if you think Tyler has an awesome new haircut. And that's the first thing I want you to do. Number two is if you're watching live, drop an L in the comments, drop an R. If you're one of the replayers, make sure to turn the notifications on and like and comment and share. Bill, thanks for being on here. David, appreciate you. Aaron out of Salt Lake City, your competitor, Aaron Pearson, watch out. Rick Gerard, Ray Meyer, Franz, who actually works with our sales team. Awesome, guys. Appreciate you all being here. So we get the concept, right?
Yeah.
And for you guys watching, what do you think? Do you think internet leads is the real deal? Is like it's going to be continually growing and being a very important part of real estate going forward? And I don't even mean leads through internet, but actually marketing online. Or do you think that the older school way, and I'm going to bring up Mike Ferry, right, because he's probably the oldest school way of doing real estate today. Do you think that it's still just grind away on the phones? I'd love to get your guys' feedback in the comments below. So let's talk this about the opportunity now from generating your online leads and your marketing dollars online. You created a system to get leads for really low cost, and now you pitched an opportunity to Grant, or how did this develop, or what, or whatever happened?
Well, originally it was just an education system. So, I mean, if I'm going to give you the full story, and hopefully I don't take up too much time, is I went to Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny this year.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, we were at the same Date with Destiny, weren't we? I forgot about that.
Dude, and you got to realize, I really haven't, and I'm still not practicing real estate myself. Like, I'll come in once, like today, I came in today, prospect with my guys, but am I actually working with my clients right now? No, I'm not. Just because I'm doing other things. So beforehand, I was working on a $10 million line of credit to go back and go do subprime auto finance. So I actually left back March of last year to go and work on these things. Long story short, they didn't end up panning out. I met Grant at that 10X in February, and I just decided, hey, I'm going to see where this line of credit goes before I commit to doing anything with Grant. Was completely against doing real estate, wanted nothing to do with it, got hooked up with another real estate agent. She knows who she is, and I'm sure she'll be watching this. And she just kind of told me point blank, like, you're so skilled in this arena, and because we started talking about leads, and she's like, I want more leads. And I was like, okay, like in my head, I'm like, I know how to create them for you, but I don't really want to. And then I was like, okay, by day 6, or 5, you're already so connected with this person that I was like, all right, I'm gonna map out how you're gonna make another 6 figures right now, and did it within 5 minutes. And she's like, holy crap, let's talk when I get back. So that turned into, by the way, she found out about Grant. She said, you need to go do it. And when I left Date with Destiny, I just came to the agreement that I was like, yeah, it would be a waste of my talent, my God-given talent, to not go and do something with it. So I took a breather for about a week, went and bought about $30,000 worth of studio equipment, had no idea how this was even going to go down, scheduled my one-on-one with Katie to go meet with Grant. I mean, you gotta realize, I have no clue. I invested from December 27th all the way to February 12th. We were doing 12 hours each day in a soundproof studio with no effing windows, with no idea if it was even going to work and if Grant was going to bite. So,
and you dropped 30 grand just into the equipment.
Yeah, that wasn't, yeah, that happened too. So, I mean, luckily Business Mastery was literally the days before I met with Grant. So I was a little pumped up. I had some Tony in me. And
Are you in, did you do you did Master University? Or you
I
just
haven't
kept,
done Master University. I just did Date with Destiny, and then I bought into Business Mastery. So,
okay.
I mean, we were in San Jose. I've flown to California like probably 8 times in the last 4 months.
Cool.
Or not California,
Sweet.
Florida. So what I was trying to say is, like, luckily we were so pumped, and Brett, my manager, was there, and he was with it. And I mean, I'll never forget just sitting in the hotel, like, practicing what I'm gonna say. How is this gonna work? What's my rebuttal? What's the whole 9 yards? And then just going in there and meeting with him, and him being excited about everything, and wanting to take it to not only just his audience, because he's all about value and then obviously money, but that's just kind of how it transpired. I mean, it turned into, okay, well, if you want to be serious, sponsor GrowthCon. So I sponsored GrowthCon. That was a chunk of change, and from there on, it is what it wrote.
Cool. So a couple things I want to point out. Awesome story. Adam Blackner, I think Blackner or Blackletter, I missed it now. Adam Blackletter.
Blackletter.
Blackletter. He asked the question: do you generate all of your business from online leads, or do you do any others like referrals or anything like that?
All internet, baby.
Cool.
Everything.
Sweet.
I've done maybe 7 SOI deals in my entire career.
Brett generates online or referral deals, right? SOI deals.
Brett does a very good job of keeping in touch with his SOI. I'm more the type of turn and burn, as bad as that sounds.
Ooh, ouch. Guys, just so you know, if you want to avoid the turn and burn, go join the free 28-day prospecting challenge, or better yet, join Prospecting Alliance. Get a hold of me if you want to learn how to do that. So
I'm man enough to look back at my career and be like, I screwed up there. That's something I did wrong.
Oh yeah, but I'm glad you're man enough to admit that. So, so for you guys on there, what would you like an opportunity to present a business opportunity to Grant Cardone? Put a yes in the comments if you'd like that, and put a no if you would never want to work with Grant. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on that. So, a couple things I want to point out. Number one is just from takeaways from you, and I think it's important that the viewers know this. 26 years old, you invest in yourself a lot. Right. I know the cost of Date with Destiny. I know the cost of Business Mastery is $10K. I mean, I think Date with Destiny, depending if you were in Diamond or just regular, you're $5,000 to $7,500. I mean, you're probably $25,000 just for those events with travel ish. Right. $30,000 into equipment. Right. And I'm guessing sponsoring 10X GrowthCon was roughly $100K. Right. So my point is you're constantly putting money into yourself, into your business. Grant Cardone, when you went to 10X GrowthCon last year, I don't know what the ticket price was, but I'm guessing you were probably what, $500 to $1,500, depending on what you got.
$5,000.
$5,000. Okay, I was way off. $5,000, right? So rule number one is invest in yourself. Get educated to take your mind to another level. So I think that's one thing that's really important to point out, that if you didn't go to Date with Destiny, you wouldn't have even started the conversation with that chick, then you drew that out and then launched to even go meet with Grant Cardone, right? So that $5,000 or $7,500 you invested in Date with Destiny, was it worth it?
Absolutely, yeah. And the weird thing of it all is even though I waited on that to see how that other venture turned out, something inside me always told me I could go revive a deal with Grant. I don't know what, and that's probably why I was willing to invest. But I mean, if you guys aren't listening to Audible on your way home, if you guys aren't doing, I'm a big portion of trying visualization first off, and then also doing incantations or affirmations. Like, I think that's huge. And then also, like, I don't watch the news. If the news is on, I freak out around me. Like, if you want to see me move through a hotel lobby as fast as possible, have it be on anything that's news related, just because I know that it's breeding negativity. Like, I just am not about negativity. I don't want anything to do with it. Like, there's already so much crap that I have to do with my own business that I don't need somebody else telling me how bad the economy is or how bad this is, because in the reality, even if it's bad, what am I going to do about it?
Right. Absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing. These are called ants, right? Automatic negative thoughts. That a lot of people, whether it's the news of the economy, whether it's the war in blah, 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 or whether it's the freaking crime downtown, this stuff will play tricks on your mind. And there's nothing more important than protecting your mind and really opening up to your heart, right? How important is it for you to be in like just this flow, this harmonic state, this space of just fucking execution?
It's huge. I mean, like a big thing for me, like I'm rarely ever in my real estate office just because I'm coming in probably like once a week. But the big thing is when I am in here, the energy level has to be at a peak. Like I freak out. Like there's today alone, I can name 2 different times that I walked in and I went ring a ding 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 because I didn't hear phone calls going, and then I freaked out. I'm like, get up, like let's go, and I turned up on some techno music and we just got them going. Like that's what it's all about. Yeah, like
sweet.
What? There's no reason to be negative. Like you have nothing in your life. Like if I was to tell you what's going on in my life right now, the normal person wouldn't be able to handle it. They would be like, all right, where's the 9 to 5?
Dude, I would freak with a 9 to 5. I would go so crazy.
That
Kelly,
sounds like
thanks for popping on. So let's talk about real quick about the structure of your organization. How many sales agents do you have on your team currently?
So we were up to about, I think we were at 8, and then we just trimmed it down to 5, just because
what's wrong with the other 3?
It's just all about, one, obviously we need a return on our investment, and number 2 is if you bring anybody on the team down and you're not a top producer, we don't want you. Like we want to be known as the top producing team in the state. I mean, we'll see how it goes, Colton.
Well, and you want to have a great experience, right? So if there's someone in there that's bringing down someone because of their energy, right, then you got a problem. You got to, and it's a hard decision to make to let that person go, but it's all
poison.
about the synergy of the team. Absolutely.
It's poison. So the one thing I want to touch on here is the one thing that's different about my team versus anybody else's that I can say, because I mean, being at Century 21, they recruit a bunch of different agents in. I mean, there's people that run my same type of setup, and they choose between the different teams. And the reason why they choose our team is just that we are little black sheeps. Like we don't play by we don't play by the rules. We're a little unprofessional, quote unquote, but it's only because we're blasting our music. We're having a good time. I mean, what other job can you blast your music, make prospecting calls, and dance around the office or jump on a trampoline?
And if you want to do that and play ping pong, the WGR, that's exactly where. I get what you're saying, though, for sure. Because, I mean, so we just hired a new gal, which is the first female that we've actually brought in our organization. Not because we're anything against females, but we haven't felt one that can run with us and get our vibe, right?
Same thing. So we just hired 2. I mean, we were so nervous about it because we're like, we're a little like we're kind of a little offensive. I won't lie. So for us, it was, and it's not like, I mean, I should probably put quotations around it. I know you get what I mean, but
yeah, I totally get it, right?
It's a boys club. You know what I mean? Like it's an all boys club, and
and
these girls come in and they can hang. Like these girls are just like, they're just as ruthless as us.
Right, and it's just a fun place to go make money. And what's funny is she had actually interviewed for another company, Coldwell Banker, and super boring, she said. Just the energy in the whole office was boring. And the broker that she interviewed with actually said that, hey, you better check out his Facebook page because he's a little crazy, right? And I already know that it's Shauna Larson that doesn't like me. She sent me an email personally that says I'm the problem in real estate, right? And I think what's happening is there's this divide of entrepreneurs, and even more in the real estate industry, of there's this younger way that's fun and excitement and says fuck and plays ping pong and blasts music and still creates quality service and amazing experience for the customers. And at the same time, they're not doing it the way they did it in 1995. It's different. It's a faster pace. It's a different world, right? And they just don't get it. And so now we've got huge opportunity.
They're on their last leg. They're on their crutches, limping their way out. So it's all good because look at our target market. It's changed. I mean, back when I was 18, who was I going to pitch to? My parents' friends, like they trust me. That wasn't going to happen. I'm freaking 18, dude. Like who? And then now our friends can buy. Like it's a different. You can rock a freaking polo. You can rock a t-shirt. Like you don't need to be dressed in a suit to actually do business anymore.
Not that I don't rock some sweet suits, by the way, but it's not required, right? I mean, how often we're doing FaceTime consultations with our customers. I mean, the whole idea of being able to have a text communication, not just texting, you're like, oh, I can do it, but what's the skill set behind it, right? And if you're 55 or 60 years old, you better step up, and nothing against, because age is no excuse, but you better step up and learn the new way of communication. The whole world is transforming at an even faster pace. And your demographics, I'm guessing you can check online. I know mine, 25 to 45 are all my viewers, 65% male, 35% female. With inside of our business, every one of our customers, for the most part, is 25 years of age to 45 years of age. We have a few 75 and 80-year-old customers, maybe, but for the most part, that's the demographics. And they understand that there's the shift. And what they're attracted to is guys and gals like you and me that actually understand that there is a shift in technology. And not only is there a shift in technology, these guys get it. They understand it. They're utilizing it. I don't know if I quite get it yet, but I definitely want to be involved with it more.
Dude,
and those that do get it, they want to be involved with it for sure.
There's a huge shift. I mean, what's so funny is we're hated until we're loved. I mean, look at Grant Cardone himself, dude.
He's
No, he's still hated. He's still hated.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say, no comment. He's definitely got some haters. What I'm trying to say is, if there's an article written by, I think it was Forbes, that said this is exactly what not to do with your social media marketing. Posting 7 times, 10 times a day, 15 times a day, 20 times a day.
Right.
And he just said, you know what? Do it 10 times more. Do it 10 times more. Do it 10 times more. And then he was just named from Forbes the marketer of the year last year.
For doing the opposite of what Forbes had said to do.
Exactly.
Okay, so we kind of got off topic. Go back to your sales team. You got 5 sales agents, right?
Oh, yeah. I like to go on tangents.
Yep. And so how does that set up? Are they all just all selling agents? Do you have some that are more like a junior agent, senior agent role? What is it? All buyers?
No.
What is it? What's the role?
So we have an ISA who was really where we you call our junior, because they're going through school. They're going to be getting their license. And then we just have our agents. It's not, and we have a team lead. I mean, Brett Belknap's our team lead. He absolutely crushes it for me. And then I'm really just the owner, and I come in and I prospect. That's about it. And
what's great is Brett is way cooler than you, dude. I don't know what that's all about, but you got lucky with Brett, man.
I got lucky with Brett. It's kind of like a weird doodly marriage.
Sweet. So what's the objective now? So you operate some of the online and digital marketing company. Brett leads the sales team, and then you got 4 other agents on the team, correct? Did I understand that right?
Yeah, and we have 5 in school as well. So we're always recruiting. Yeah. We're not just because we trim back, that doesn't mean we're.
Who does the recruiting for your team?
Normally, Brett will do the first interview, and then I just come in and we'll do a second one just to make sure that it's a good fit. A lot of people, we've noticed that they're going to tell us what we want to hear on the first interview, but then the second interview, once we dig, and then apply pressure, we make our guys make sales calls in front of us even before they're on our team.
Dang, you guys are soft. We make them come in for 3 days on phone calls, and I tell you what, if they can't make 3 days on the phone calls, you sure as hell better make sure they're not coming into your office anymore. Because think about it. I don't care if it's an online lead or if it's cold call or if it's a Zillow lead. Someone's got to get on the phone, have a conversation, and move them to an appointment. True.
No, I definitely think that's something that we've even talked about going to a 30-day probation period after that. I think that's huge, because we make them sign contracts with us for 18 months is our bare minimum, just because we know that that's where they need to be. There's a lot of people that think that they can jump on and do really well at 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, know everything in the industry, but then that last 6 months is where they really learn most of their freaking lessons.
Right. So what's the opportunity for the growth for these people into your team? Someone hops in, they go through your interview process, they're on there for 30 days probation, they sign an 18-month contract with you. How many of you guys watching thinking an 18-month or a 2-year contract to join a team is pretty steep? Put a yes in the comments, or put a no if you think that should be a standard, right? So what's their growth opportunity? They're in there for 18 months, then what? How can they grow with you?
The reason that I do 18 months is I basically pitch it as this is an internship. The way when Brett came to me, I'm if you want to learn what I know, you need to learn the full spectrum. And then if you have that entrepreneur bug and want to leave, you can go and do that. I'm just not going to teach you my lead source. I'll teach you everything up to it, but just not that portion. So the growth part about I've been at Keller Williams. I'm obviously at C21 right now. I've been in equity. that what I've noticed with like the Keller team specifically is they kind of cripple the people into their position, and I don't like that. Like,
What do you
you're
mean by
only what I mean by that is the fact that you only have a listing specialist, you only have a buyer specialist, and I think that's stupid because you're building rapport twice.
Yeah, I do think though that there are people in Keller Williams' organization shifting that. I think that was something that was very, very important for our model. Was we want them to be able to work with a buyer or a seller. And my friend Joshua Smith talks about this. You know Joshua over at GSD Mode? You ever met him?
I don't.
That's who you need to do a podcast with, is Joshua. I should set you guys up. So one of the things that I remember he told me, he said, Colton, at the end of the day, it's about contracts closed and getting paid. So if it's a buyer, if it's a seller, it really does not matter. Why muddy the water, right? And that's why I always thought about that. Was like, you know what? All of a sudden, Jeremy goes out, he signs a customer, and now he's supposed to pass him off to someone else to work on buying a new one because he sold the listing. That doesn't make sense. So I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, you're building rapport twice. Why do it? Plus, like I said, 30% of our leads are also going to sell. So who cares?
Cool, sweet. So back to the growth opportunity. After 18 months, why would they even want to stay with you? Like, what's your outcome for you and for them?
Let's be honest. Do I run a business? Yes, I run a business. Did I just put 18 months into somebody? I'm not going to let them walk away. I'm going to give them a senior partnership, give them a better split, and be like, hey, by the way, you don't want to learn how crappy it is to go generate your own leads? All right, maybe you should say, oh, you don't have to pay for your overhead? You don't have to pay for your office space? You don't have to pay for any of this crap? Yeah, I mean, let me just put this down as far as cost.
Yeah.
And then why you should stay.
Yeah. I think too, for me, like, because I think I did around 73, 75 deals with me and 2 assistants one year. And it was a lot of work. And as we started growing our team, I realized why I failed at first. And I watched a lot of teams out there do it today. It's all about the team leader sucking from those on the team. And when I could switch my mindset is it's not even about just what I can give them, but what we can give together. It goes from me taking from them, and it also goes from them just constantly taking from me to us just growing something super epic, right? So enrolling the culture of what are we building? If we're going to work together for the next 5 to 10 years or longer, right, then what are we going to build? What's the outcome? Why are we here every day besides just making money, besides just closing deals? And it's really about the lifestyle for us. We have, yes, we want to make money, but really we want to be fulfilled. We want to enjoy as much of our life as possible because it's so delicate. Who knows when it's going to end for any of us? So let's enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like, this logo, I'm sure it'll be gone in a year. Like, it's not going to be the Gurr real estate team. It will be the Epic team or whatever we decide to call it, because
the double Epic team.
Yeah, sure.
Triple
that works
Epic.
with me, bro. 10x Epic, bro.
10x Epic. That's
no,
what we in the last couple of years we've completely taken Colton Lindsay off of all the branding. It's just the WGR now, because and the WGR stands for our message, right? Love life, and that's the simplicity of it. And then you deliver that message to as many people as possible. And when people come to you, you charge them. That's the secret. You deliver a massive, awesome message, and when people come to you, you charge them.
I'm all about it, man.
Cool. So what else you want to say to these guys?
If you guys aren't already doing online leads, if you're out of Utah, definitely go check out endlessleads.com. I'm not going to create my own competition. I already did that crap. Or if you're in another industry, like I said, we have a salon that's with us. We have distributors. We have whoever. Like, it doesn't matter. We can create a website. Like, we are a full-blown digital marketing agency right now. Like, we can create a website for you, whether it's a ClickFunnels, whether it's a WordPress, whether it's a full-blown HTML website, to funnel leads into your business, and then make sure that you're on top of Google, and then eventually build out your SEO. I mean, my claim to fame is, Colton, like, we look at Google, right? And you remember the good old days, like 6 years ago, where all the ads were highlighted in yellow?
Yeah.
And you knew they were paid for?
Yeah.
And then they took away the yellow.
Yeah.
And then they added all these different site leaks.
Yeah.
And then now there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
I want everybody to go do this. Go Google homes for sale in Utah, homes for sale in Las Vegas, homes for sale in wherever you're at, and see how much of the page is controlled by PPC, which is pay per click advertising. You're going to see your tiny little ad over on the corner that they still have to legally do, but I bet they're going to take that away Because they don't make any money off of pay-per-click. They don't make any money off of search engine optimization. They just don't. But 97.7% of Google's revenue last year, $37.2 billion with a B, was from pay-per-click advertising. Why would they continue?
It's a real deal.
Yeah, well, my thing is it's not going to go away. They're going to figure out a way to make that little tiny ad even littler and littler and littler to the portion where you're not even going to know that the first 2 pages of Google are all paid for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And so everything is paid. I mean, everything is paid, right? Like if you even open up your messenger on Facebook now, what is it? 4 or 5 messages in, you see a messenger. You see a paid ad, right?
Absolutely. We can do that for you. So, I mean, we become omnipresent. It's just like Rolex. You check out a Rolex and all of a sudden it's on your
And the reality
Facebook
is
Messenger.
if you're not doing this, if you're not creating that space, if you're not, and I call it staking your territory online, we're in the early freaking stages of this still to this day. I don't think we even know what's about to come around the corner for us with technology. And you have to own your space.
It depends on the industry. I think if you're in insurance, if you're in real estate, if you're a lawyer, the space is kind of taking a little bit of a hit. But if you're like not in any of those spaces, I think you have a tremendous opportunity right now.
I'm talking attention is shifting though. From probably 2015 to 2017, marketing online was all about how can I get attention. I believe it's beyond attention now, and it's attention with intention. So people are going to continually come back to you, even if they have no product, if you have no product to sell them, because now the message is intentional. They feel a part of something. It's a culture. It's a tribe. It's a brand. It's something that they want. I mean, how many people wear Ruka shirts, right? Over and over and over again because they like the way they feel. They like the style. They like the energy that it gives, right? And so you got to create that whole brand.
And I also feel like a lot of it's like you used to not have to provide any value. And if you don't have value attached to this stuff now, you're screwed. Like, perfect example of this is my wholesalers. Like, you go to all these different wholesaling websites and it's like, hurry and put your information in, I'll give you free cash offer, right? So one thing that we're doing is we're building out a whole course of just like web pages of, hey, how do you inherit a house? Mm-hmm. And then if you don't want to inherit, hey, by the way, we'll buy it. Like, it's giving them the instructions that they actually really need so they can get some value, and then maybe they'll sell your house. But if not, I mean, you at least give them something. It's not going to be this quick thing anymore.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's like we have to deliver massive value. So for this, here's an example. Whether you guys watch live recorded, drop an L if you were one of the live watchers and R if you're the replayer. Did this conversation have any value for you? Did you have any takeaways from this conversation? Let us know in the comments. And if you got something from it, this is the type of material you need to deliver for people, right? And then what happens is you're going to be recognized as the guy that can do digital marketing, your real estate sales team, the WGR real estate sales team. I mean, we're in basically the same market. We don't really compete that much or probably ever because just our sources are a little bit different. But you're freaking 25 miles away from me. And 10 years ago, to collaborate on anything was unheard of. It was just, you don't collaborate with the competition. And now it's flip-flopped, right? Go collaborate.
Dude, it's insane. I have a brokerage of, I think there's 84 agents over in Virginia that I'm going to take on as a client. And I'm going to be doing coaching from freaking Utah all the way across the states.
Virginia. That's cool, man. All right. Well, appreciate you being on here. Guys, go check out endlessleads.com. Tyler, thanks for being here, man. How can they connect with you besides your website? Add you on Facebook, follow you on Twitter. Check out your Twitter.
Go add me on Facebook. And then if you want to check out my Instagram, we're doing a lot of posting on Instagram. That's going to be a big play in my eyes, I still think. It doesn't really matter which industry you're in, and that's Tyler Gurr Official.
Sweet, dude. So you're saying the thing where people need to be, no matter if they're realtors or any business, they need to definitely be staking their claim on Instagram right now.
Instagram, Facebook. I mean,
and there's Snapchat.
Nope, it's dead.
Snapchat is dead. Kylie Jenner said it's dead, so it's dead, right? That's how it goes.
I don't listen to Kylie, but
why Instagram versus Snapchat?
Because it's ease. It's the fact that you can do something on Instagram and then have it link over to your Facebook. Where, I mean, even if you only have like 700 followers on Instagram, I can link it to my 5,000 followers on Facebook and get the same views, and I didn't have to. We're lazy. That's it. We're lazy. We're like, let's be honest. We can sit at our house and order a vacuum to show up in 2 days. We can order our food and it can show up in 2 days. Like, this is
for example,
where it's going.
Let's talk about that with Instagram, because now you got the whole conversation continue forward now. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. So you can get your content in front of Instagram. Plus, wait a second, you got 5,000 followers on Facebook on your business page. So now you can create these audiences and target them. Are you talking paid or organic? Or both?
Oh, no, that's organic. So that's on my personal page. So, I mean,
because you have your account linked to your personal page.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can link it to both. There's a little algorithm that you got to get figured out. But I mean, the big thing is there, and it's beyond Instagram or Facebook. There's something coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. So a lot of our retargeting ads, we are retargeting through which goes through our Facebook ad manager, but then it's retargeting through Instagram, right? I mean, you're looking at your stories now, how people are being able to retarget through Insta stories. Just the fact, I mean, we put the biggest push to hit 10,000 followers because that was when we were able to get the swipe up link. Like that was huge. We had to hit the 10K mark. I think we're at like 14K followers, which is cool. But now guess what? We have on a daily basis, 500 people viewing our stories. And now all of a sudden they're looking inside, see how we're doing things. And, oh, hey, by the way, check out the next 28-day prospecting challenge. And definitely you guys should. I'm saying this right now. Go check it in the link above. But then we can say swipe up.
Exactly.
Right?
And think about how much 500 views would have cost you 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Would have cost me a lot of money. For sure.
Exactly. So I mean, you're just growing an audience. That's really what it is you're growing an audience. I mean, even talking about YouTube. I mean, if you're say you're a huge YouTuber and you're pushing your content, and then you're remarketing to all them when they're checking out Ferraris or whatever that they want to go look at, or baby dolls.
Well, what's cool too is
but then it ties back into Google remarketing to every other website if you're on Craigslist, and then it turns back to, oh, you typed in something about this in Google. Like it's just being omnipresent, making sure you're on Facebook, making sure you're on Instagram, making sure you're on YouTube, make sure that you're on Facebook. I mean, everywhere. And you have to be omnipresent or you're screwed.
Not only having the omnipresence, but the continual share of new information that people they're grabbing their attention, that they want to be a part of, that they're excited about, right? So, like, for example, I have maybe 55 or 5,600 followers on YouTube, which is not really a ton in the overall big scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
And yet I was, and then I don't know, 14,000 on Instagram and 20,000 between Facebook groups and things like that. Anyways, what I realized is with these different followers, it doesn't have to be huge. And Sam, I think it's Monreal is how you say him, the owner of Rocker Box. I can't remember if I say his name right. He works a lot with Boomtown. So they do the ISA for all of Boomtown, right? I remember I was in Vegas with him a couple years ago, and I asked him why they didn't do it for other companies, just for Boomtown, right? Their company specialized work in Boomtown leads. And he said, Colton, riches are in the niches. And I'd heard that before, but it didn't hit me before. So the point is when you create these audiences, it's not even about getting 1 million followers now. It's about how do you get true people into your culture, into your tribe that feel your vibe, feel your intention, right? And I got lucky with that. And we've monetized our online presence way more than people that just have big followership.
And so look at that. I mean, and what's funny is we talk about being true and having like good content. Let's just think about this. If you put all the different fans of these 3 gurus out there, who's going to win? Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone.
I think they're all going to
win. No, but I'm saying if they were to all go for attention and say if there was some major scandal, who is going to fight the hardest for their guru?
Dude, I think Tony Robbins. That for me, if I had to pick, I like all of them, but Tony Robbins, my guy. Hopefully there's not a scandal that I have to fight for Tony Robbins, right? But I get your concept, right?
Yeah.
He get the concept and he just utilized social media to continue that idea.
Exactly.
That's what he's done. So, all right, cool. I got to roll out, man. Anything else you want to wrap up on?
I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think's next? Let's pull the Gary V. What's next, homie?
Dude, I think the biggest thing that's next is I have no freaking clue, but I think you got to work on your tribe bigger and better more than ever. I think that's what's huge. I think actually, you know what I think is around the corner, quite honestly, because you're already seeing 2-day package delivery. I think you're going to see more and more 1-day package delivery, but I think you're actually going to get to the point where we're going to have fucking augmented reality at a lot more normal level. I was talking with my team about this today. I said, imagine this. We're going to be sitting around our ping pong table. That's what we use for our conference table, it's ping pong table, right? And then instead of even have decorations in this room, we're going to have augmented reality of the decorations in our room. I really think that that's just around the corner, augmented reality. And it's a trend.
I think it's going to change everything. Like, think about this. Your kids one day are going to go put glasses on and or contacts and go to school, then go hang out with their friends. Then if you're an adult, go to work, and you're never going to have to leave your house.
Yep, it's all going to be augmented reality. And here's what I would recommend as this happens is there is a dopamine hit being hit on every one of you every time you like, comment, share. And have you noticed if you log into your Stripe account or to your Facebook or whatever, there is a slight pause before you get that information. And that little pause before it
pisses
dopes
you
up
off
a little bit. It does. Yeah. And so what you've got to be able to do is segregate time back into the 3-dimensional world. I'm so clear on this, guys. I believe you will see more and more people go fucking crazy, not because of technology, but because people can't manage the shift quick enough. And you've got to be able to get quicker at being okay with changes and shifts. We are accelerating the speed of change. Get quicker.
The last time that you were sitting in line for whatever, say you're at the Jazz game getting a pretzel or popcorn, how pissed were you getting the longer it took?
Yeah. Or the last time that you go and sit in the sauna or you go stand in line somewhere, you go anywhere, how many people are actually face to face anymore?
Oh no.
They're all on their phone. We have the same.
We get in the elevator and we like, if you may be kind of be like, which number do you want? Or you're just going to be like, oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Not me, dude. I'm fucking dancing. I'm like, all right, man, I got to roll out. It's my daughter's birthday tonight. Thanks you guys for being here. Like, comment, share. And if you're watching the replay, make sure to drop an R, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that shit that you're supposed to do that I'm supposed to remind you about because that's my job to do. And then join the next free 28-day prospecting challenge. Also visit fearlessagent.com for the ultimate real estate sales training platform on the planet today. It will teach you the whole entire business to make money even if you have no money. All right. See you later, Tyler.
Peace out, guys.